I'm back again. I'm back again. I'm back again. Oh, yes. I welcome you to Married Medicines with your girl, Juliana Olubu. Building a triumphant relationship. Building a triumphant relationship. I've been on a series that talks about 10 reasons marriage fails, 10 reasons why marriage fails. And I've done volume 1, volume 2. Volume 1, I talked about communication. Volume 2, I talked about I've forgotten now. But I think volume 3, I talked about unrealistic expectation. Volume 2, yeah, I talked about finances. Yes, how to manage your finance. And today I want to talk about infidelity. Is also called cheating. It's also called cheating. This is your girl, Juliana Olubo. And I really want you to listen to me. It's very important what I'm doing with you today. No marriage is affair proof. I want you to get that straight. No marriage is affair proof. We are all at risk of losing our focus and being swept into an emotional affair, physical affair, whichever affair you want to call it, and or online or cyber affair. Let me say that one more time. Cyber affair. One of the most severe violations of trust in a marriage happens when one or both of you, or the husband or the wife, are unfaithful to each other. Now, if you're just joining me, this is your girl one more time. This is Married Medicines, where we teach the biblical truths about marriage, what the Bible says about marriage, not just an advice or my opinion, not based on mentality. And because of that, I always want you to listen to me. It doesn't matter if you have been married for 5 months, for 50 years, if you have been married for or you just want to get married. It makes no difference if you get married tomorrow or in the next 10 years. Please give me your full attention. Listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. Infidelity causes emotional trauma. So many. It's not something you can just sweep under the table and just say, "Oh, it's just a mistake. I just did it. No, you can't just. Infidelity is not. It goes beyond a physical thing. If you get my point. Not only that, infidelity will shatter the foundation of trust in your marriage, and it will also challenge the commitment and loyalty to the marriage and also towards each other, and that will lead to irreparable damage to your relationship, to your love life. Do you know one of the painful repercussions of adultery leads couple to divorce or breakup rather than reconciliation? Yes, it does, and causes mental distress. Yes, it causes mental distress, and there will always be a problem with trust. It's so hard. It will be so hard to gain the trust back from your wife, from your husband, or if you're not married yet, if you're from your fiance, whichever way you want to see it. Even within families, it causes a lot of trauma, a lot of stress, even to the children. It damages the children's heart, their mentality about what marriage should look like. So today I want to give you 5 examples of infidelity in marriage. So if you find yourself in one of the things, I would say, please don't take it for granted. Don't ignore it. Try as much as you can to work on it and make sure you do the needful, you do the right thing. And if you don't know, let me tell you today. So that's why you're here. I will say some things, and because you might not count it as, okay, I'm not doing anything, but it's just a chat. We're still gonna get there. But the first one I want to talk about is on unmarried medicines, especially on this volume sessions that I've been doing. I always come up with solutions, so I don't just talk about the problem. So I will tell you the 5 problems, and I will tell you the 5 solutions that you can actually do to make up or to amend or to adjust or to change from cheating or infidelity, whichever way you want to see it. If you don't want to call it cheating. So now, number one I want to talk about on my list is physical affairs. Physical affairs. Now, engaging in intimate relationship or having sex with someone who is not your husband or your wife. That is physical affairs. Whether it's one time affair or a continuous affair. See, listen, there's no excuse for extramarital affairs. No excuse whatsoever. Not that, oh, because my wife is not dressing well. Oh, because my husband is not looking this. Oh, because, excuse me. Oh, because he's not doing well financially or whatever. There's no reason. There's no excuse for extramarital affairs. It's not just about your wife. It's not just about your husband. It's just about the children. It's also about God. That's the first thing you should think about. This direct violation is often seen as the ultimate betrayal in a marriage. The violation is just too huge. It's like it's like a betrayal. I'm trying to put myself together to express it well and to explain better to you, so you can know what you're doing. It's not just I just want to have fun. I respect my, and a lot of time people say this, oh, I respect my husband, oh, I respect my wife, or the girlfriend, they are cheating with their wife, or when the girl or the guy says, oh, your husband is this or your wife is that. No, don't talk about my wife. I respect my wife. No, you don't. If you do, you won't even go near cheating in the first place. Another example that I can give you is if you are engaging in intimate activities like kissing, cuddling, or smooching. Yes, smooching with someone other than your wife. That is physical affair. While this action may not involve sexual intercourse, they still constitute a breach of trust in your marriage and can destroy your relationship. And on the physical affair, let me say this: stop engaging in one night stand. Stop engaging in one night stands. Stop saying, we are adults. It just happened. I went to a club. It just happened. In the first place, as a child of God, what do you want in the club? Say whatever you want to say to me. It doesn't matter. As long as you are realizing that what you're doing is detrimental, not just to you, to everyone that surrounds you. Stop doing one night stands or casual hookups. No, I didn't know, it was just my friend. I was drunk. Why are you drinking in the first place? So when you know that there are a lot of things that can lead you to doing what is not appropriate, cheating on your wife or your husband, then don't do it. So when you do that with someone that is not your wife or your husband, it's a betrayal. It's called a betrayal. It's a betrayal to your relationship. It's a betrayal to your marriage, to your children, to God. It's a betrayal. The second one I want to talk about is emotional affairs. Emotional affairs involve it's like you building a strong emotional connection or romantic feelings, if I want to put it that way, or attachment with someone other than your spouse. Most emotional affairs between two people always start innocently. Innocently, maybe you met at work, you ran on each other, or your ex or your longtime friend, school, this or whatever you want to call it, or at church, at work, or school, even on flight, in the gym, wherever. See, you can't form maturity when it comes to the things of the heart. Don't try yourself to say, I got it, I can handle myself. No. Have you heard what the Bible says? It says flee, not to walk away. Flee. Do you know what that means? Like, run for your life, run for your mental wellness, run for emotional damage, run for damaging your children's life. If you're doing it and you're keeping it, what about to God, the major? So spending time together, whether face to face, virtually, or over the phone, might trigger an emotional affair, and that can potentially destroy your relationship. It can destroy your relationship. It can destroy your marriage, even if it never developed into a physical affair, into a physical relationship. So don't just go there and just say, no, I'm not doing anything. We are not having sex. Yeah, it's just online. It's just, it's just an emotional, it's just my friend. Yeah, it's just my friend. The damage begins when you find yourself sharing intimate information, your thoughts, your feelings, or seeking emotional support and validation from someone else that should have been kept between you and your spouse, your co-worker. This is an emotional betrayal that will destroy everything that you ever see as great in your life. It will destroy the foundation of your marriage. Emotional affair is not something you can play with. Listen to me. Emotional affair is a deception. Get it? Is a deception. Don't let this flesh push you to something you will regret for life. It's a deception that destroys the foundation of any marital security. And once it begins, for you to stop, it will be very difficult. Very difficult. And because of an emotional affair, sometimes, because it remains non-sexual, like, I never had sex. It's just, I didn't do anything. Even when you're accused of it, you go like, I didn't do anything. So it's very easy. It is so easy for you to rationalize it, and you start saying, yeah, we are just friends. So when you see yourself start doing that or saying that, we are just friends, he or she is just my friend. He never touched me. I never touched her. Like, we've not done anything. We aren't doing anything. But the Bible says flee. It says flee. With the rise of technology now, I don't know. Now, the third one I want to talk about is online or cyber infidelity. Online or cyber infidelity. This one is a destroyer of life. Like destroys life. Literally. With the rise of technology and social media, online or cyber infidelity, cyber infidelity has become more common. What am I even saying? It is the order of the day. Like, it has become normal. Like, we normalize it. Like engaging in flirty chats or sexual conversations, sending or receiving graphics messages or sexual images, chatting, dating apps, and doing all sorts of. See, I'm not condemning anything here, but I want you to get my point, and I want you to get it right. Don't try to justify your wrongs. Don't do that. Okay? Or other social media platform, and you are developing emotional bonds that are meant to be private and intimate. You know they are wrong. You know they are wrong. So why do you do it? Even if you are so selfish, you don't want to do it because of anybody. What about your conscience? What about the guilt? I know some people don't have guilt anymore. They killed it. What about your mental wellness? What about your conscience? What about God? So is you taking yourself in your heart, in your mind, especially when you're born again, especially when you're a child of God. So you are taking God to the club. You are taking Holy Spirit in you to do immorality. You are taking God to go and have sex with another person, wife or husband, or cheating or having extramarital affair. Those things are not appropriate. So don't even try to justify it. Let me express this further. Let me say this further now, so you can be cleared. So I won't just be going back and forth on it. Now, engaging in an online sexual activities like watching pornography, visiting campsites, and engaging in cyber sex with someone other than your partner is considered cyber infidelity. So if you don't know, I just analyzed that to you. Also, setting up a separate email account or social media profile that your wife or your husband doesn't know about to communicate with the other person secretly. Anytime you're hiding your phone, you're hiding your laptop, you don't want your wife to touch or your husband to see what you're doing, you know that is wrong. Why are you hiding it if it's not wrong? Why not just open it if you really feel the way you want to justify yourself? Like, it's not a big deal. It's because my wife is giving me trouble at home. Oh, my husband is stressing me out. I don't know how I got there. Okay, oh, you don't know how you get there, but I will tell you how you can get out. If you're saying you don't know how you got there. Okay? But today, listen to me and go along with me so you can hear how you can get out, how you can separate yourself from the things that are not of God. If you're selfish, do it for yourself. Don't do it for your wife. Don't do it for your children. Do it for yourself, for your conscience, for healthy living, Meanwhile, you still have to do it for your wife. You have to do it for your husband. You have to do it for the children. You can't say you love someone and you keep hurting everyone around you every time. Anything you are not proud of openly and you are doing it in the secret, then you need to stop. Having separate email accounts, secret social media, secret profile everywhere to communicate with nonsense, things that are not appropriate. What's the essence of doing it in the first place? While these activities may not involve physical contact, they are dangerous to your health. They can still destroy the trust and the intimacy within your home, in your marriage, in your relationship. And if you think about it, the things that goes down with it is not, it doesn't worth that. How many minutes, how many seconds? Rubbish? Yes, they are rubbish. Give yourself a break. I'm saying look back, sit back and think about it. This is not right. For any reason, it is extremely wrong. There's no reason, nothing justifies this. If you have done it and you are willing to change, it takes process. And the fourth on my list is financial infidelity. I know this is not common. You might never have heard of it before. Now, let me tell you about it. Now, financial infidelity is just saying, okay, let me paint a scenario, like lying or withholding financial information or activities or decisions from your spouse that has to do with finance, with your finances in your marriage, like or undeclared or unaffiliated expenses, if I want to put it that way, hidden debt also, or secret bank account that is not known to your spouse. That is financial adultery. Yes. If you have never listened to it before, if you have never heard it before, I'm putting it to you right now. Simple. So financial infidelity damages trust, leads to conflict over money in your marriage, destroys management and financial transparency in your marriage. You won't be able to be transparent. Then in the first place, why are you hiding it? If what you're using it for is right, there's no reason to hide. You think about it. And so many times, something will happen to the man of the house or the woman of the house, and now, bam, everything will be open. Oh, they have this child here. Oh, they have that child here. Oh, that girl will come to this burial. Oh, they've eaten that this. And a lot of things come. How do you want to leave this world? And behind you, you dropped a bomb that people that loves you, that surrounds you, will now be like forever regrets of having anything to do with you. Your wife will be looking like, so I've been deceived for, maybe you've been married for 30, 40 years. And bam. And your husband will be thinking, so does that mean I've been in this relationship for this so long and it's unfaithful relationship, unfaithful marriage. You don't want to do that to anybody. You want to live a healthy life, healthy relationship, healthy marriage. Financial infidelity destroys homes a lot. It doesn't matter if it's your money, if you're the one working for it. God sees you as one. That's the point. He sees you as one. And the fifth one on my list is emotional or withdrawal or neglect. Okay, let me put it: emotional withdrawal, or you can call it neglect. Now, although neglect is neglect or withdrawal from emotions are not seen as common, how do I put it, as common type of infidelity. You know, you might say, oh, I just want to stay on my lane. Oh, my wife is, I just don't want trouble. But they are as destructive as others in any relationship or in your marriage, in any marriage whatsoever. And this means that sometimes when you are emotionally distancing yourself from your husband or from your wife, and especially when you prioritize other relationship or other activities over your marriage. You know, some people, when their friend's wife or their husband's friends need help, they rush, they are there, they are this. But in their own marriage, like, they don't even talk, they don't even like communicate like that. They are just cohabiting like they don't operate as a team, as somebody that love each other. Like, you are not thinking about the first time you see them. You are not thinking about how you met. Why saying yes? Okay, why saying yes to someone you don't love? Because if you know the meaning of love, you won't cheat on anyone. No, you will not. You will run for your life. So I'm just saying, when you start prioritizing other relationships or other people's issues, or friend's wife or husband's friend's wife, whichever way you want to see it, on both sides, and prioritizing other activities over your marriage, over the needs in your marriage, or withholding affection and support, from your spouse, that's emotional withdrawal or neglect. Infidelity in any form whatsoever will cause a significant harm to your marriage. Yeah, a significant harm to your marriage if you don't take care of it. Like I said earlier, don't be too smart for yourself. Don't say I got it. Don't say I can handle it. Oh, or after cheating, don't say we are adults. We are mature. There's nothing like adulting or maturing. I don't know how you want to see it. You are a cheater. Take it or you leave it. And try to work on it. Try to work on it. Don't try to indulge yourself or try to give reasons why you're doing it. Let me give you a quick review of infidelity in marriage. So you are familiar with it or you're doing it. Just wait a little bit more while I give solutions, what to do and how to get yourself out of it. First of all, I mentioned physical affairs. I also mentioned emotional affairs. I talked about online and cyber infidelity. See, all those things, if you notice on this volume that I've been doing, I just try to rush and put them together. So you need time to listen, go back, listen over and over, and try to assimilate and try to understand what I'm talking about. Each of this topic is what I can treat for an hour, each one of them. But anyway, I know you're getting me. My point is, infidelity in marriage destroys homes. It doesn't just destroy you. It's not just about you hurting your wife. It's just more than that. More than that. And the fourth one I talked about is financial infidelity. I also talked about emotional withdrawal, or you want to call it neglect, emotional withdrawal, or neglect. But so, like I promised, I will always come with solutions. So, I will tell you few solutions or 5 solutions you need to know about infidelity in your marriage. So, if you're experiencing it, just listen and try to go along with me so you can work on your marriage. The first one is this one I want to talk about. If you notice, I've been talking about hammering on it because it's very important. You cannot run your home effectively if you don't have good communication. So the first one on my list is open and honest communication. Open and honest communication. I want to encourage open and honest communication between both of you, involving and also involving a counselor, addressing the infidelity and rebuilding trust to repair the relationship. Both of you should try as much as you can to have the opportunity to express your feelings. That's why infidelity is not something you can call family members or somebody they listen to or somebody that they honor and respect to come and sell it. See, when you do that, there will be bitterness in that marriage because that person will just give it up for the fact that they have elders or they have people that will talk to them. I'm not saying those things are not important, but even in the process of doing that, make sure you express yourself, express your concerns, express your feelings, express the way you see it, your perspectives, and make sure when you're doing that, you're in a safe place to talk about it so you can honestly express your emotions, what goes on in your head, how you're feeling. Listen, avoid blames. And if you want to have honest communication, open and honest communication, please listen to this. You have to avoid blaming each other, number one, and stop giving excuses. See, when you give excuse or excuses, whichever way, I don't know the one that is even correct. Okay, when you give excuse or excuses when you are doing something that is wrong, it won't allow you to change because you're always having reason why you're doing it. Oh, I'm doing it because my husband tummy is big. Oh, I'm doing it because my wife doesn't look good anymore. Oh, I'm doing it because my wife gives me trouble. Oh, my husband doesn't listen to me. Oh, I did it because I'm doing that because whichever way. Now, don't do blame game. Avoid blaming each other. Stop giving excuses and stop defending your wrongs. Instead, I want to implore you, focus on listening carefully when each of you are expressing each other's feelings, emotions, and how bitter you are concerning the issue, and respectfully respect each other. If there's any English like that, respectfully respect each other's opinion and experiences. You can't ignore it. 2, seek professional help. Seek professional help. I cannot but talk about this every time. The reason why you have to do that is it will allow you to express yourself. It won't be on a one-side thing. Oh, okay, I've offended my wife. Maybe you got someone pregnant and you're now calling the family, the father, the mother to come and apologize. Excuse me, apologizing for what? That you are sorry that you cheated, or that you're sorry it's a mistake, or that you're sorry. So a counselor will allow you guys to see reason why do you cheat in the first place? What are the reasons behind it? They will go to the root of the matter. So consider seeking guidance from a godly qualified therapist. I'm not talking about people just advising you or a counselor telling you, so you can't do that. If you can't cope, then get out. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying seek godly counsel, a qualified therapist or marriage counselor. I'm here for you, especially for men. See, men, counseling is not a judgment throne of God. Nobody is going to judge you. It's just finding reasons why these things are happening and why and how to handle it. That's what counseling is all about. Nobody is going to judge you. I know men run away a lot from that. Nobody is judging you. Nobody is telling you how to run your home. No, no, and no. It's an institution. Is the longest institution ever in the whole world on this in this life, and is the institution that we don't want to learn about. Please seek counsel. Like, go for counsel. Go for counseling. Okay, especially counselor who specializes in infidelity and also couples therapy. Reason is why you have to see them is, as a professional, they will provide unbiased support and strategies to help you navigate the complex emotion and challenges that associated itself with infidelity in your marriage. So please seek counsel. The third one on my list, I'm talking about the solutions now. Rebuild trust. Rebuild trust. Don't just apologize to your wife or to your husband or to your children or to your family members and just say sorry and you just want it to slide. You want to, no. It takes time. So I'm saying rebuild trust. And how do you do that? Rebuilding trust means rebuilding trust takes, I know it takes time. That's what I say. It takes time, effort from both sides, especially between husband and wife now. It takes time to rebuild trust from both sides. But the truth is, if you are the unfaithful partner, you should take time. Not you should. You must take responsibility for your actions. That's one of the best way. When you have done something wrong, please take responsibility for your action. Be remorseful and demonstrate a commitment through transparency. See, if you want things to change, you have to be transparent. Yes, in honesty, you have to commit to changing and finding lasting solution to that. So don't just say, what else do you want from me? I've apologized. I've said sorry. No. Sorry does not do the job. It doesn't finish the job. Sorry is fantastic. But how you can do it is when you keep saying sorry every time and being remorseful and being sincere, being transparent about it, being honest about it, and be accountable. Be accountable. Then to the betrayed. Okay, if you are the betrayed husband or the betrayed wife, you need time and space to process your emotions. Don't try to hide and just think everything is okay, because if you don't, it will build itself up, and in your subconsciousness you will start hating that person. You won't trust them anymore. You will start isolating yourself, and also most of the time you start blaming yourself that maybe it's my fault that this thing is happening. No, nobody has fault when it comes to cheating on your partner. If you are the one that, if your husband betrayed you or your wife betrayed you, you are not the one to blame yourself. There's no reason. Nobody has any reason to cheat. If something is wrong with your marriage and you've tried your best to rebuild it and you know that you can't cope anymore, it's better to get out than start cheating because you don't want to hurt the other person. No, it's the greatest betrayer ever. So don't try to complicate things for yourself. You need time, you need space, you need time to process your emotions and rebuild trust at your own pace. Rebuild it at your own pace. And the fourth on my list is set boundaries. Yes, I always talk about that. Set boundaries and reestablish commitment. Yes, reestablish commitment. And how do you do that? Is discuss it. Discuss and establish clear boundaries and expectation for the relationship moving forward. If you are the wife, you are the husband, whichever one of you that cheated, the other person needs to say, okay, this and this, I can't take this, I cannot handle this. If this happened at that, okay, if you're feeling this way, it's better you communicate with me rather than going out again to do what is not appropriate. So there must be boundaries. There must be not imagined boundaries, like, oh, he should know, oh, she should know, she should have known, after what he or she has done, she should have known by now. No, 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 no. You have to discuss it. You have to establish a clear boundaries. You have to establish your expectations before you move forward in that relationship. Both of you must commit to honoring those boundaries. You have to honor the boundaries. You can't just lay out, oh, these are my do's and don'ts, and at the end of the day, you don't abide to it, you don't honor it. So both of you must honor those boundaries. And when you do that, it will help you to rebuild your relationship. Honor the boundaries, honor the commitment, and that will help you in the journey. And also, this may involve setting boundaries also around communication with the affair partner, if that makes sense. No, implementing transparency measures and putting your marriage first. Put your marriage first. Okay, put your marriage first. If you know that you can handle the online or the cyber infidelity well, or even the physical infidelity, involve your husband or your wife. Do it together. Walk through it together. It will help you. Start releasing your phone. I still don't get it. Why you people hide things on their phone? Why? Oh, setting what do you call it? Pin that nobody knows. Your wife don't know. Your husband. See, that's not marriage, oh. For real, forget it. Forget all the stories. Forget the reason why you're doing it. Forget whatever reason. It doesn't make sense. Yes, it doesn't make sense. Let me just make it clear. It doesn't make sense you doing that. Yes, it makes no sense whatsoever. The fifth one is work on the relationship. Working on trust is different from working on your intimacy. It's a lot of things. Excuse me. That was why I said it's a lot of things put together before things can get back to normal. Excuse me. Invest time and effort into strengthening your relationship and addressing the root cause that made you do what you did. You have to address the root causes that led you to the adultery. And you may also want to, like I said earlier, you may involve couples treatment. Okay, couples treatment like individual therapy or relationship building activities. Like, what can I suggest? Like related interests or quality time together. Yes, related interests or quality time together. Focus on rebuilding emotional intimacy, emotional connection, and mutual respect in your marriage is important. Infidelity can be a challenging. Thank you so much. God bless. I appreciate. Thank you. So I said what was I saying? I forgot. Okay. Yes, I said infidelity can be a challenging, it can be challenging, of course. And so you need help. Don't try to do almighty healer. Don't try to heal yourself all by yourself alone. No. And a lot of time I hear people say, and they come for counseling and say, I'm working on myself. 3 years, they are still the same. I'm working on myself. 5 years, they are still the same. Please, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, ma. What are you working on? You are not working on nothing. You just have it in your head that you want to stop, but you need help to do it. So infidelity, I know it can be challenging and it's a painful experience, but with dedication, with patience, with support, you both can work towards healing and rebuilding your relationship. It's essential to prioritize your marriage. It's essential to build trust, and is important for mutual commitment. You both have to be committed back to, like, okay, we want to do this. We want things to go back to normal. Don't let social media dictate how to build your marriage. Don't let somebody sitting on their phone and telling you what to do. and telling you how to fight the battle. No, it will not work. They are in their houses, in their homes, eating whatever they want to eat, enjoying themselves, and telling you what to do. Stop bringing yourself to social media. The only reason, sometimes one of the reasons why you want to bring to social media, if you need help and there's no one around you that can help you. Yes, social media is fantastic for that. If you have been abused mentally, physically, for whatever reason, yes, you can come out and talk about it, especially when you know that you've tried all you could to make things work and it's not working, or you've reported to everyone around you, and also you've tried to go for counseling but the other person is not yielding, or you've been to different counselors and it's not still working, and you are being threatened, then you can seek help. But aside that, please stop listening to people that they are sometimes they are experiencing the same thing you're experiencing, and they will tell you, oh, don't take nonsense, oh, don't take rubbish. Hey, please, oh, you know where it pinches. Ask for help in the right place. Go for biblical counseling. Don't just go to any counselor that will tell you, oh, that's rubbish, don't let anybody treat you that way, get out. Don't say I did not tell you. If you don't know, now you know. Okay, so the last one I gave you is work on the relationship, and I've just give you reason and how to work on it, how to rebuild your trust, how to overcome infidelity in your marriage, how to create healthy and resilient marriage. So know how to create healthy marriage and to be more resilient in your marriage. So you have to work on that. Now, I want to say this. Infidelity, I know, is devastating to a marriage and must be repaired. Listen, repaired, not just saying sorry. I'm saying it again. Repaired through open communication, through involving a counselor, and the restoration of trust. You have to work on it. See, and this, the final one I want to tell you. Listen, you need forgiveness from God. If you think you are just doing it, it's just your body. Remember, your body is a temple of God. So you've taken God to club, to do different nonsense things. You've taken God to have sex, to cheat, to do all sorts. So you need forgiveness from God. You need to forgive yourself. You need your spouse's forgiveness. Forgiveness from God, forgiving yourself, and forgiveness from your spouse. And if children are involved, you need your children to forgive you, because what you've done is a bad marriage will build a bad relationship will build a bad marriage. A bad marriage will build a bad community. A bad community will build a bad city. A bad city will build a bad state. A bad state will build a bad country. A bad country will build a bad nation. Everything starts from home. Everything, literally everything, starts from home. So you need to take it. You need to be genuine with repentance, with changing. One more time, let me talk about the solution. Let me do a quick review of my suggested solutions to infidelity if you are involved in it. Number one, I talk about open and honest communication. I also talk about rebuilding trust. I also talk about seeking professional help. I talked about working on your relationship and also setting boundaries in your relationship, setting boundaries and reestablishing commitment. Yes, setting boundaries. I don't know why my tongue is blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I know you've listened to me. And don't forget, I'm talking about 10 reasons marriage fails. And this is the volume 4. The first one I talked about was lack of communication. I talked about financial struggles I talk about unrealistic expectations. And today, I've talked about infidelity in marriage. We are still going to number 10. So you have to be attentive. You have to go along with me and let it help you. I'm not just here talking based on mentality or one country or the other. This is what applies to everybody all around the world. Everyone. Until I see you again, don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, on your girl's channel, and make sure you like, you share for others to benefit on all our social media. On our YouTube channel is Marriage Medicines with S, Marriage Medicines. And on Instagram, Marriage Medicines, or you can go to my profile, is Juliana Olubu. And on TikTok, we are there. On what again? Which one again? On Threads, yes, that call it well. Yeah, we are there. On Facebook, we are there. Everywhere. Okay? If there is any other one that is important you want us to be, so we can teach each other and live a healthy life, a healthy marriage, a healthy home, and raise healthy children, godly healthy children, godly healthy marriage, godly healthy wife, godly healthy husband. Until I see you again, this is your girl, Juliana Olubu, building a triumphant relationship, building a triumphant marriage. Like, share, love. Then you can send questions. You can get in touch with us if you need help, if you need counseling. Yes, you can go ahead and do that. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He make His face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Until I see you again, this is your girl, Juliana Olubu, building a triumphant relationship, building a triumphant marriage. Peace out. Bye. Thank you for joining me if you're here. All right. Bye.